Hey, gang, it's Dr. Brian McCarley, and we are back with another episode of Doc About Town. And today I want to introduce you to a new friend of ours named Myrna Schmitz. Myrna is a real estate agent with Engel and Volker. Did I say that right?
Correct.
Okay,
Engel
Engel and Volker.
Völkers.
And Myrna and I have been talking a little bit, and what she has shared with me is she is really kind of a relocation specialist, but she takes that to a different level from what she's described to me. Myrna, tell us a little bit about what got you started in real estate? Let's start with the origin story. How did you say, I want to do this? I want to go into real estate?
Oh my God, that's a combination probably of different things. Like you mentioned, I have relocated a lot.
Okay.
Um, I came here to the U.S. And was in Colorado, and in the same state. My husband and we moved, quite a bit, probably like a couple of times, and then after that, we had to move to Kentucky.
Okay.
So that was a nice transition there.
Oh, sure.
And then after that, we stayed in Kentucky for about 4 years, and then we moved here to Indiana, which I am loving. By the way,
great.
I am
That's
loving
fantastic.
it. Oh yes, oh yes. I told him, no more moving, no more moving around. I'm staying here. Anyway, in all those relocations, I learned a lot, and I took a very, very active part. When the realtor, back then in Colorado, I took a very active part. Selling, the house and all that, and that involvement. That I had, back then, I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Even when movies can be a pain, it can be painful.
Sure.
For some people, it can be painful.
Sure.
But I actually enjoyed. That part of staging the house. Kind of, okay, in simple words, basically to put everything very neat and very presentable.
Sure.
And attractive, for buyers and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I was the one. That took part. That took part of all the and all of that. Little by little, I'm gonna say, that it really, really grew on me, and I also learned, how to be, to be organized, because part of those relocations, it involved temporary housing, basically being an apartment and all that. And there's some stuff, that goes to, to storage. Other stuff, that goes to the apartment with you. So it gets painful, but
Sure.
it teaches you how to be organized and to make it, quick and less painful.
Okay.
I also, for example, got very involved in the description of the house. We had an interesting episode. When we were trying, to sell the house, in Kentucky, that I'm gonna say we didn't have the best description. And it wasn't very, very attractive. And when I saw that, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put my hand in this, like I have been, in the before.
Okay.
I talked to my husband and I told him, how about I take care of the description? And he said, go for it if you want to. And so I did. I kind of put, a little bit of my brain and everything, kind of look at, some descriptions and all that stuff. And I put something together. When I gave that to the realtor, she loved it. She was like, oh my God, I love this.
That's
what
fantastic.
do you know? So things changed immediately after that. Okay. We started having showings. A little bit of the stress came with it.
Sure.
But everything, everything got, to where we wanted. And again, everything, all that little, little by little, it kind of grew on me. And I was actually enjoying that.
Okay.
So when I came here, it was somewhere in all that, in all that route, in all that adventure, that I started thinking about real estate. I was thinking, I am liking this. I like, getting involved in that, selling the house and all that. And I don't know, somehow, it kind of, the idea of, selling the house, grew more and more and more when we came here, when we moved here to Indiana. I told my husband once, I think I might be going into real estate. He looked at me like a really like are you crazy? And I told him, no. If you remember, in Colorado, I put everything just neat, and the house even sold immediately.
Sure.
And Kentucky, I put my hand in, and everything, and it went quickly. I think I have the talent for that.
There you go.
I
Okay.
think I have the talent. So anyway, I decided, to do it. And he told me, if you want to do it, if you think that, you like to do that, go for that.
That's great. So there's a lot to unpack in all of that.
Oh,
Obviously, there's. I mean,
yes.
not only just unpacking like for moving. Pardon the use of the word unpack, but there's a lot there. So it sounds like you kind of already had an affinity for being organized and understanding how that process works,
Yes.
but also on how to not only visually put your best foot forward in terms of the house so it shows well,
Mm-hmm.
but also how to describe it to get people's attention so they want to see it.
Yep.
What in your personal background kind of lent you toward that, to having that affinity toward organization of all the moving parts, but also of how to write that description and how to really stage that? What did you do before you got into real estate? Was there something that kind of trained you for that, or kind of developed those skills in you so you were able to bring that to real estate?
I'm gonna say that I have friends in Colorado that they are in real estate, and probably now that you mentioned that, that was probably one of the little pieces that moved me into into going to real estate. I saw that, and I don't know, it just one of those things. That just calls your attention, and eventually, you get there.
Okay.
There was, there's good money, but it just happened. It just happened. Um, Maybe one part of all these pieces, moving along, moving together, was the fact before going into real estate, I used to work in the mobile industry,
Okay.
and I used to help a lot of customers with, I'm gonna say, ex provider,
Okay.
and I used to work with people a lot, and part of my job was, back then, or years ago, it was, basically providing a service,
Okay.
and I enjoy, that part of providing a solution. I enjoy that part a lot.
Okay.
And I have a very, very creative, I have a very good imagination. I am very creative, with coming
Okay.
with ideas, but actually as ideas that could work.
Sure.
Not something crazy. And again, all that stuff, kind of, grew on me, and kind of, made a combination of different elements, and here I am.
How about that? It all just kind of came together like it seems like it was supposed to.
Exactly.
So all of that experience of your own personal experience of the relocations that you've done for you and your husband personally, but also what you've done with clients, I assume do you still bring that same level of service of helping them with organization, helping them with staging, all of that? Do you do all of that with your clients now?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of the things, that I emphasize a lot, um, it is that anything personal, and this comes from back, before, basically, from the moment that I even helped my parents, sell their house.
Okay.
Something that have learned is that personal stuff, something that you care about, take it. Don't put it on plain sight, because you have. Sometimes people. Everything happens. When
Sure.
it comes to showings, everything happens.
Okay.
Especially in showings. That you have details. That you have the house decorated and all that. Things happen. And anyway, there's a lot of things. That I have learned in the process of my movings, and from other situations that I definitely share with my clients.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Tell us about, is there a particular story of a client? Obviously, you don't want to divulge any personal information, but a particular client that you just really just had a blast working with. It was just one of those stories that you're like, that if all of my clients could be like that, this would be just the perfect career. Anything like that comes to mind?
I don't have a specific, story, because I have, all the clients so far, I can tell you, I have been blessed that all the clients, that I have worked with, they have been very trusting.
Okay.
And they have, some of them, they collaborate with you. Basically, they tell you, I like this or I don't like that, and I listen to them. Right now, I can tell you that, just to give you an idea how I dedicate, to my clients. From the simplest, house to the fanciest, house. Right now, I can tell you that I have a listing right now that, of course, I am not going to, reveal, the client,
Sure.
but I have a listing right now that I'm gonna say it's a fixer upper, and I have been having, you know, um, some agents, telling me this and that, and I'm, asking me all kinds of questions, and I am picking right now. I am picking from that. I am using that as a feedback, to make, little adjustments here, little adjustments
sure.
there, and all that stuff. And my clients, they're usually, they trust me, and that is something that I appreciate.
Sure.
I like it when my clients, when they get a little bit involved, because I listen, to what to what they to what they want and all that. I listen to them. Um, Sometimes it can be um a little bit difficult, I'm gonna say, because sometimes, they want to do something, and you kind of um think, well, I am not sure if that's gonna work or something, but we'll
Sure.
try it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
everything is just a little bit, But I can say, that I have been blessed. That, all my clients, um, they have been very good. To work with,
That's fantastic.
very
That's
trusting
great.
and everything.
That's great. So, if someone wants to work with you, they're looking for a realtor, they're thinking about selling their home. What's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
It will be mostly, my phone,
Okay.
my phone number.
Okay.
That is at 970-685-2214.
Okay. And if it's okay with you, we'll put that in the comments below when we
Oh,
share this.
absolutely.
Okay, we'll add that there so
Absolutely.
people can
And
reach out in touch, get in touch with you that way.
yeah, absolutely. And
Okay.
I would say probably, texting is usually the best way, to reach me.
Okay. Great.
Yep.
Great. Anything else you'd like for people, potential clients, I guess, to know about what you do and how you do it, and what separates you from everybody else out there that loves to sell houses?
Well, I pay attention to details.
Okay.
You can probably, if you look at some of the listings, I have seen listings, that they don't care, for some details, and that doesn't make, for example, the pictures, attractive.
Okay.
I pay attention to all that. I put the same effort, that I put in, like I said, in the, in the simplest house. I put it, in the luxury. I put the same effort,
Okay.
with everybody,
Okay.
and for me, everybody, is is the best experience for me.
That's great.
So.
That's fantastic. Well, great. Well, thanks for joining us today. I've had a blast getting to know you and hearing about what you do and kind of your background in real estate and how you got to where you are. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me today.
Thanks a lot. Well, gang, this has been Dr. Brian McCarley with Myrna Schmitz from
Engel Völkers.
Engel Völkers Real Estate, and her number will be in the description below, and you can reach out and get in touch with her, and hopefully she can help you either find the home of your dreams or sell your home and move into your home of your dreams. So great. Thanks a lot, Myrna.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You as well.